Hello, pretty peoples. It's me, Rituparna. So this is my first ever video that I'm posting on this channel, and after having an internal monologue for like 10,000 times now, I finally like, should I post? Should I not post? Should I post? Should I not post? I finally decided, कर ही दे भाई, किससे इतना शर्माना, किससे इतना डरना. So please excuse me for any um, mistake or quality issue. I'm open to learning. Actually, it has been some time now that a thing was going on in my head and I wanted to share it. Uh, but I didn't know the words, exact words of how to put it. Like, what is it that I was thinking? Like, it's a kind of self-made theory, I'd say. And I hope you guys can relate, whoever is watching, whoever will watch. And I would love to see if you guys have any such weird theories that you made uh, or that you think exists, or some stories that you want to share. I'd love to hear that things, and let's make this a space to share, to learn. I'm not here to teach. Actually, there are a lot of people who can teach us, to teach you. I'm absolutely not one of them. I just feel like I want to make this space for us to share our experiences or some stories or some things that we can't say otherwise. But here, I hope anyone who says it finds it relatable. Let's start. Actually, I think हम सबको पता है कि हिंदी आ गया बीच में. हम सबको पता है कि लोग ऐसा कहते हैं that whatever you think becomes the reality, right? We all have heard that कभी ना कभी. Like the manifestation gurus, the law of attraction gurus, they constantly keep on saying that अच्छा सोचो तो अच्छा दिखेगा, कुछ बुरा सोचोगे तो बुरा दिखेगा. So at that very point, I saw some things and situations where that thing got challenged. Let me share. So I'm sure you guys will have some encounters with people who keeps on saying, पता है भाई, मैं तो अच्छा ही सोचता हूँ, पर पता नहीं क्यों अच्छा होता नहीं. Or some people saying, I thought this will work in this way, and I manifested it and I wrote it I don't know how many times, but it happened in some other way that I did not even want it to happen. So that was when I thought there needs to be something else beyond that thinking that we say socho acha to acha milega. That's when I realized maybe we think in two different layers. The first layer, layer A, well, this is not at any physical level thing I'm saying. Biologically, this things does not make any sense. But this is kind of theory that I think maybe operates. The first level of thinking is what we actually think we are thinking. And there is another level, a level deeper, the level B. That is where our emotions get attached, our feelings get attached. Explain it with an example. So let's suppose there are two guys, two students, student Ram and Shyam. So Ram is a kind of above average student, and he thinks that he is an intelligent guy and he can score above 90. He thinks that, and it's easy for him. There is another guy, Shyam, and Shyam is average student. He knows that scoring 90% is not that easy for him, and it's tough. because he knows that he is an average student. That's the first layer of thinking. Okay. There is another level of default thought that goes in everyone, and that default thought is what I say as the level B of thinking, the deeper level of thinking. For Ram, who is the guy who thinks he's intelligent and he can score 90, at default, he might think that maybe this time he is not prepared that much, he has not prepared that much, and it might be difficult for him to score that 90% because his syllabus is incompleted. So that's a bit deeper level of thought that is going on in his head by default. He's not intentionally thinking that, but it's residing in his head um, without his permission. Like he is emotionally getting involved with this thought without even realizing. Then there's Sham, who thinks that he's not that intelligent and scoring above 90% is tough for him. But this time he has completed his course and he feels somehow at the deeper level he thinks and he feels. See, these emotions are getting attached. At the B level of thinking, I think this is where our emotions get involved. He feels that this time he might ace it. He might not. At the first level of thinking, he thinks it's tough. But a bit deeper level, the default belief that he's having this time is that this time he can ace. Because he has completed the portion and he has practiced enough. To norms, you should think that the guy Ram thinks good about himself, that he is intelligent and it's easy for him to score above 90. And the guy Sham, who thinks he's average and it's tough for him to get 90%, will not actually get it. Right, this is what we think should be the result. But ऐसा होता नहीं है. क्यों नहीं होता? Ram, the first guy, he was, by this time, he had a different default setting going on in his head and a different default belief, a bit deeper belief, that since he has not completed his course, this time he might not be able to ace that exam. And the second guy, Sham, this time he has a different emotions and belief that is going on in his head. He has a different level of confidence in him that is operating in his subconscious mind. And hence, the story is different. The Sham guy gets above 90% and this time he aces the exam. But the intelligent guy, due to his belief and a different thinking, deeper level of thinking, he gets the outcome. So I would say that conscious level of thinking, as we say, is the level 1. And the subconscious level of thinking is level 2, the level B. If we actually want to make a change in our reality, it's not the first level of thinking. It's not the conscious level of thinking. It's the subconscious level of thinking, the level B, the level, the thoughts that go on in our head by default. Like if I believe I cannot do something and my emotions are somehow getting attached to it, that it's not possible for me, it doesn't matter how many times I say it out loud that I can do it. I write it I might write it 1,000 times, but you will always encounter people who will say you that I'm doing all the techniques of manifestation. I'm thinking good, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that, but I'm not getting the result. The reason is that they think that they are thinking good, but actually at the deeper level they are thinking something else, and hence they are getting the result as like that. I hope you guys can relate. There is one more example, a personal example I'd say. Once This is a bit funny example. Once I went to a bank. It is a story when I was in my college. So I went in a bank and I saw an employee who was very handsome and dashing, and I was like, "Hi, banda kitna." He looked good, so I was appreciative. But the पहला सोच मेरे दिमाग पे आया कि यार ये तो बैंक का एम्प्लॉय है, इससे तो मैं बात नहीं कर सकती। छोटी थी ना तब, इससे तो मैं बात नहीं कर सकती और ये सही भी नहीं होगा, और कौन सा नहीं मेरे से बात करेगा। द फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ थिंकिंग, क्यों नहीं मेरे से बात करेगा। मैं गई वहाँ पे काम करने, काम करूँगी, आ जाऊँगी, जैसे हज़ारों कस्टमर जाते हैं। दैट वॉज माई फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ थिंकिंग। बट at a deeper level, I knew we are gonna talk. I just knew it. I didn't know how. See, at the first level of thinking, I knew that we did not have shared contacts. I didn't know his name, although he knew mine, but there are some नाम जानने से क्या ही होने वाला है ना, और सबके पास तो इंस्टा फेसबुक होता नहीं। और for my first level of little brain thinking, it was not possible to talk to him. But at the deeper level, like I thought some default setting was going on in my head that इस बंदे से तो बात होगा, कैसे होगा, I didn't know. Few 1 or 2 months later, this guy sends me text in my phone. Now you guys will say कि आप लोगों ने तो contact share नहीं किया था, तो कैसे? He took, let's see, this is very funny. He took the number I shared on my bank account. He copied it and he texted me in that number. See, this is a very out of blue kind of thing. I have never heard these things happen in my reality. But I felt subconsciously this is going to happen at a deeper level, and it did. बात का बात, वो अलग बात। But gist is that सिर्फ सोचना, I think, is not enough. उस पर बिलीव करना is what makes the world. So I think the solution for those people who keep on saying like, भाई मैंने तो ऐसा सोचा था, मैंने मैनिफेस्ट भी करने की कोशिश की, लिखा मैंने इतनी बार लिखा, ये रिचुअल किया, पता नहीं कुछ और क्यों हो जाता है। I think at that very point of time we need to look a little deeper and see हम जो चाहते हैं वो हम सोच रहे हैं कि हम ऐसा ही सोच रहे करके, या दिमाग में कुछ और चल रहा है। Like, are we thinking on the superficial level, or are we actually made it as a default setting in our brain? Because just thinking that we are thinking does not make the reality work. Our thoughts should be from that subconscious level, the deeper level. That's when the magic starts happening, I guess. And I hope anyone who watches it finds it relatable, or you can connect to it. I'd love to hear any such stories and theories that you feel like exist. You can comment it down, and let's make it a space where we share each other's stories, experiences, and such kind of weird theories that we think exists. And yes, learn from each other, I guess. Thank you.